You've got it tuned to KEXP at 90.3 FM in Seattle, online streaming around the globe at KEXP.org. I'm Cheryl Waters, so excited to have Los Campesinos live here in our beautiful studios, a brand new album just out Friday called Six Scenes. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having us.
You look fantastic, and I am so eager to hear these new songs.
We're early on in the tour. That's all. It's all going to be downhill. But yeah, we're reasonably fresh-faced.
All right, well, let's hear what you got. It's Los Campesinos live on KEXP.
I found a home away from home as I broke up in Amarante. In the Campo do Carvalho, sent a circle every day. Erratic kamikaze, I piloted the Swift. Dreamt I'm anchoring at midfield, like the anchor in my mid. I drifted through a month alone as I broke up in Amarante. Nursed a two-beer bus for 4 weeks, cause the only way to feel safe. Paper run on the countertop, the blazing sparking mist. I couldn't even hum in your mother tongue, just a thumbs down right together. It seems unfair to be rock on the plains. It seems unfair to be a cadaver for a curse. It seems unfair to be an overflow for empty. It seems unfair to try your best but feel the worst. Bottle from way up and flooded into the mall. Truth be told, I spent the afternoon and I grew 50 more. I woke up by a honking horn, hung over spread eagle, straight between the flicking cricket's knees, enough to crush my skull. Seems unfair to be a rotten horn of plains. It seems unfair to be a cadaver for a curse. Overflow for empty. So try your best but feel the worst. You really can't complain, it's just a holiday. You feel a war shot out 31 days away. Try your best, but feel the world. It seems unfair to be a rotten horn of plains. It seems unfair to be cadaver for a curse. It seems unfair to be an overflow for empty. It seems unfair to try your best, but feel the worst.
That one was called I Broke Up in Amarante. This one is called Here's to the Fourth Time.
Fell
Los Campesinos live on KEXP 6 Scenes. The brand new album came out on Friday, and such a pleasure to have you in studio. That sounded fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for being here. And you mentioned that you were just starting off your tour. It's been a while since you've toured the U.S.
Yeah, it's been far too long. We got back to the East Coast on the last record, but West is best, obviously. And yeah, it's great to be back. We've got a nice history of Seattle, so it's good to be here.
You certainly do. You've recorded records here, and then you've worked with one of our wonderful local producers, John Goodmanson, on many, many records. Is it fair to say you have a love affair with John?
We're really put on the spot here because John is just beyond that pane of window there.
So you're never separated.
We don't
from
really.
him.
Yeah, we don't. We have to say yes, but even if we didn't have to, we couldn't quickly say no. We'd have to give it some good thought.
How many records have you done with John?
We've done 5.
That's crazy.
Which, yeah, I think we've settled into a very understanding relationship with him, and it's he's great to record with, and when we do, it's his second nature.
I know one of your earlier records you recorded with him here in Seattle, but this last one was in Portugal, and if memory serves me, you did one in Spain. How do you decide where to make a record?
Depends on what the exchange rate is like at the time. I don't know. We like to go somewhere different. I think it's nice to not just be in your same routine and, not know that you go and play five-a-side on a Thursday night so you can't record after 7 p.m., something like that. It's nice to go away and concentrate on it. And it's nice to turn it into a bit of a holiday.
It's also been a while since you put a record out. This might be your longest period of time. You had a little Christmas EP a couple of years ago, but what was the making and recording of this record and the time spent before putting the songs together like?
Well, I guess we started the process pretty much this time last year in terms of deciding we are definitely going to go and make a record this summer. And the 2 years previous to that were just really boring, doing nothing, just being real life people, adults, and that wasn't as fun as being a band. So we sold a load of soccer jerseys to raise enough money to record it, and then we recorded it, and it's just been really exciting since then. It's great to be working with Wichita again, who are releasing the record worldwide, and just, yeah, as you said, this is our first US tour in quite some time, so to end up back here is it's the best part of making a record.
You recently passed the 10-year milestone as a band, and we've been lucky enough to be along on that whole journey. It feels like just the other day you released your first EP and then, the first album back in 2008. How does it feel to pass that milestone as a band?
I think more a case of we've been lucky enough to have your support for that long. I think, yeah, it's crazy. That was some real sort of like taking a step back and thinking, we're really lucky to get to do it for 10 years because there aren't many bands that were blogged about in 2006 that are still going along. So in that respect, it's amazing, but it's also, I think if you look at each and every one of us, you can tell it's been 10 years. I think if you look deep inside of us, you can.
You don't look a day older than you did the first time that we met you. And one of the first things I think of when I think of Los Campesinos, after the great music, is your connection with your fans. And I mean, how much does that have to do with staying so excited about making the music after so long? I mean, it's very important for you to have that connection. You have a very, very passionate and devoted fan base, and you really go the extra mile to stay connected with them.
Oh, thank you. I think, we don't have a huge amount of fans, but people who do like us a huge amount, and that's fantastic for our egos. We realize how lucky we are to be doing this, and we know that a lot of people would also like to be doing it. So when we get to play shows and meet people, for me, meeting people and getting to chat and getting to hang out and drink together is a really fun part of it. And if it wasn't for people, it's a terrible cliche, but if it wasn't for people coming to the shows and buying the records, we wouldn't get to do it. So the fact that we've formed this bond over that time and made a load of friendships makes it even sweeter.
It seems really important for you as a band also to keep control over as much as you can. Of course, you have a record label, and I'm sure people helping you out in various capacities along the way, but it's very important for you to be in charge of what you're doing as a band. You take control over your merch. I know you have booked shows, some yourself in the past. I don't know if you still do that. Is that, something that you really hold on to as a band? Is that a difficult thing in today's environment?
I think that by now, because we've been doing it for 10 years, we've learned a lot, and you learn from your mistakes. And I think, we've got the time, we've got the ability to do it, and it seems silly to involve more people than you need to, and to sort of, I think, other than like a few, we work with some great people, Wichita, fantastic, and some of the other people we work with, but the only people that you can really, really trust to do it exactly as you want it are yourselves. And so if we can do it ourselves, then we will.
And there are 7 of you.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're a duo or a trio.
No.
Well, it's so great to see you here. And Tom also has another Seattle connection. You toured with Perfume Genius, which was very exciting for us. So it's wonderful always to have you in studio. It's been far too long, and it's so great to hear these new songs performed live. What have you got next?
Next is a slow song, a song called The Fall of Home.
Here's Los Campesinos live in the KEXP studios.
Pick up from off the train, empty high street in pouring rain, funeral for a family pub, teenage pubs all boarded up. Left your hometown for somewhere new, don't be surprised now it's leaving you. Another week, big night alone, the rise of rent, the fall of home, the fall of home. Battery dies on your monthly call, budget cut at your primary school. Another family friend fell sick, gave the fascists 1,000 ticks. Left your hometown for somewhere new, don't be surprised now it's leaving you. Another weekday night alone, the rise of rent, the fall of home, the fall of home. Hometown for someone new, don't be surprised now it's leaving you. Another weekday night alone, the rise of rent, the fall of home. Left your hometown for somewhere new, don't be surprised now it's leaving you. The fall of home.
And this one will be called 5 Flucloxacillin.
faces, I'm not your dynasty. They say they ain't got the victory. They'd act with so much more humility. They say they ain't got the victory. Well, I guess we'll never know. Currency and order of merit from country known for tyranny. Another blister pack past, but I still feel much the same. 31 and depression is a young man's game. Found the fiber screwed up inside the prescription receipt from the salbutamol.
No, a gift from the surgery.
Hello, peace ambulance brought on by the tramadol. Damn be the knowledge, that's it, now you have tried them all. A peloton of OAPs cycling up behind me, shouting step up your paces, we got places to be. A pylon of OAPs crashing in my slipstream. I turn, shut up your faces, I'm not your dynasty. They say they ain't got the victory. They'd act with so much more humility. They say they ain't got the victory. Well, I guess we'll never know. Well, I guess we'll never know. Well, I guess we'll never know. Well, I guess we'll never know.
That sounded great. Los Campesinos live on KEXP, a brand new album called Six Scenes. It's always so great to see you. Thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you ever so much for having us. Hopefully next time as well.
Absolutely.
Cheers.
You've got it tuned to KEXP Seattle. Discover new music at listener-powered KEXP.org.